My name is Damien Ehiede and I am 17 years old. My family is a nuclear family and it consists of a father, mother and 2 siblings, a brother and a sister. I'm thinking about becoming an animator when all of a sudden I thought of an idea. I thought of making things from a math set, materials like pencil, eraser, ruler to come to life.
Initially, when I saw his being fixated with animation and him wanting to be an animator, I just said, you know what, let's develop your own animation series. And that was something to keep him busy and to develop. I didn't know that I was opening a box of where his talent really lies. I didn't know that. It was just a suggestion, something to keep him busy. And when the first story came out, wow, I was surprised. When he told me about the characters, I was surprised. For Christ's sake, I've worked with the math set when I was in primary school. That was almost 30, 40 years ago. Used the math set in primary school, used it in secondary school. Not for once did I ever think we could animate a math set.
This is Pezzy, the main character of the series. Pezzy is always positive and funny, and he always seems to get into a lot of trouble, just like SpongeBob. This is Ehiede, Pezzy's best friend, who is always looking for something to eat and cleans up after Pezzy's mess. This is Razor, the ruler, Pezzy's rival, and is always causing mischief. Inky, the ink bottle, a girl that Pezzy likes, and whenever she gets angry, she has a way of spitting ink. This is Gloria, Inky's best friend.
Damian has always been fascinated by cartoons, and while he was growing up, I thought, why would a guy be so interested in cartoon? And the older he got, the more I told him that it was time to stop cartoon, but it was more of an addiction. But now that this has come up,
we have an NGO, Hope House Initiative, that works with children with special needs. So Obi had called that he wanted to volunteer. And I saw his artwork and I liked it. So I told him, okay, but also I would like you to teach my son Damian how to draw. So he said, no problem. So I invited Obi to the house. He met with Damian and they got talking, and from the minute they got talking, Damian now told him about Pezzy, and that's how this whole thing just blew up from somebody writing something on a sheet of paper to us having this series that we're working on now.
I discovered that the best way to get autistic people to break out of their shell is to find out what they actually love, what they are really, really, really interested in. Then what he was interested in is animation, cartoons, and etc. and stuff.
When Damien just came to ICS, my class was the first port of call, and I was really happy to receive him. He applies himself very well. I use 3 words to describe him. He's disciplined, dedicated, and determined.
Damian is a mentor, a friend, and a brother to me. My favorite classmate. I can always count on him.
He has this very cheerful thing about him that once he comes to school, if he sees you and he knows you, he obviously greets you.
Animation is important to me because ever since I was young, I could never stop watching cartoons or animated movies. Even till now, I still can't stop. So it's important because it is educational and fun.
His classmates came into class one day and they were like, Mr. Lacroix, guess what? Damien made a production, animation. I was like, how? They said, in fact, we want to have an audition for his animation. So I had to call him and I said, Damien, your classmates are so excited about it. What's this thing about?
Esosa is a 12-year-old boy who was expecting gifts from his mysterious uncle, Obiora, because it was during Christmas. Then, when Christmas came, Esosa, his mysterious uncle, gave him a present, but unfortunately, it wasn't to his expectation. It was a mat set. So Esosa already had one, so he was disappointed. But when his mom and dad gave him a gift of a PS4 and a bicycle, it took his disappointment away. So Esosa threw the mat set away. After Esosa left, strange thing began to happen. The mat set came to life. Everything there started walking, talking, and went to a different dimension called Matsville.
I auditioned for Galacticus, the calculator. It's the brains, obviously, of the operation.
I'll say that you will go far in life. If you use cartoons, you can change people's story. You get to use cartoons to teach people any subject that they are finding difficult with. When you use cartoons to teach people about science, it can make people to always want to become scientists.
I have a company, Excessive Entertainment. It's a perfect fit. Damian, he's also a director in the company. So if he can take over the company and build it up to what he wants to, what he can build it up to, that would be fantastic. Because like they say, man proposes, God disposes. You set up something, you don't know how it's going to be, and it takes his own life to where you do not expect it to be. So now it's just to see how we can harness his talent and see where we can take it up to. I'm quite impressed with what we are doing, because for a very long time it was giving me a lot of headache. How can this guy be so fixated in cartoons? But look at what we're talking about now. So I'm glad, very glad.
Oh wait, was it 4 actually? There is ability in disabilities, so you must seek and you will find. You must knock and it will be open. You must ask and then you'll be answered.